Hello everyone, it is Paradoxwitch. I know that I haven't been around, and that's because Fallout Shelter has crashed on me. I cannot for the life of me to get that game going. So I took a little break. I've been working on what you're seeing in front of you right now. I've been working on an RPG game. So far, just on my desktop, it's called Cursed by the Past. That title will probably change as the game progresses on and I figure out what I actually do want to name it, because right now I'm mainly just focused on writing the storyline, which I know how the game ends, and that's usually my writing style, where I start with the end in mind, as you guys will see when you actually get the game and you get the demo and everything. I'm actually designing it in RPG Maker VX. I will probably upgrade it to RPG Ace because I'm not really thrilled at how my character's face turned out, but I will show you that shortly. So what you're looking at right now is actually the world map and everything. It's kind of like a mix between Dungeons and Dragons and Breath of the Wild, where you've got different quests, you've got different areas that you can visit, and you can get items, certain spells that, if they don't help you complete the game, they most definitely open up like different areas. Like there's going to be a certain weapon that you're going to have to get in order to get to this little fire mountain type dude, and I'm thinking I want to put the entrance for that here, where you may do like a whole like underground quest, but I'm not 100% sure because, like I said, I've got writer's block right now. But just let me show you like what we actually have. Um, yeah, let's go into playtest mode. Yeah, because I forgot before I started this video. I fixed a little problem that I noticed with the game. Um, but this is actually like the whole entire world. Random smiley snowman right there. But the first place that I'm going to take you to is actually, it's one of my favorite places I've designed so far. I actually designed all of this because inside my head I kind of had an idea for how I wanted it to look. And I can say there's one area in particular that turned out just like I saw it inside my head, and I'll show it to you shortly. To get into this particular world, you're going to have to use this gate. You'll see these gates around the world periodically. Sometimes they will appear at random, where you have to stand at a certain spot at noon with a certain item, like Indiana Jones style, and the gate will appear and it will take you to a different, what is just labeled on my project as broken world. I've got, so far, just in the corner where I can see, I've got 4 broken worlds that you can visit that are going to give you certain items. It will unlock certain details within the game about a character, or each area will have its own thing that it does. But this broken world is the first one, and I'm really thrilled at how it turned out. Kind of seems weird to have like a floating city that has like a river and everything, but I'm happy with how like the rivers turned out, and the streams and the fountains. These black orbs, they will play a crucial part in the game, at least right now they will. Inside my head, it may be that it doesn't pan out the way that I want it to, but they'll definitely be in the game. They just may not unlock something, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But this is this whole entire area is made of what I'm just calling blue crystal. It's not saying that all the broken worlds are made up of blue crystals, but the majority of them will be made out of something like funky to go along with how their weaponry looks. Last night when I was designing all this, I got the blue screen of death, so everything crashed, but luckily I had labeled some of these places, so I knew already what I wanted them to be. Like, this is going to be our item shop. This little building with the stars on top, that's going to be an observatory. this is actually going to be a school. I do remember that from my notes that that was going to be a school. Um, this, I have no idea what that was going to be, but I'm thinking right now that I want to make that maybe into like some sort of like storage or warehouse where you'll get something like completely awesome. Um, I forgot what this was going to be, but so far it's just looking like it's like random house and everything. But so far I will say I'm happy how my little crystal village popped up. Um, the other thing I want to say is once you get the game, make sure you check these little statues because you may find something there. I kind of got an idea of something that I want to hide in one of the monuments where you may have to break it and get the item out. But this is going to be a government office. This is a bank. Inside my head, this game has a banking system. It has a day to night transition system where, particularly with the bank will only be open bank hours, which will be like from 9 to 5. But you're going to visit some towns where they're going to be thieves and they will steal your money. And the last thing you want is to have to be walking around with like a million like gil and everything. Well, I'm not calling it gil in this game. Right now it's just being called silver. You don't want to be walking around like a million pieces of silver, get robbed of all of it, and you know, you may have been saving up to buy a certain item. So my first tip is visit the bank, make a deposit. You'll also be able to withdraw money from like the banking systems will all be connected, so don't think that just because you go to another town that your money's no good. But it like it this the banking system will play a crucial part in the game also. uh but there's something else I was saying. Eh, oh well, someone derailed my thought train. But like I said, this whole entire area, it's everything's this particular area is made out of crystal. Um, and this is one of the houses that I designed, and I'm really super excited on how this particular house, you know, it turned out. Got a nice little bathroom over here. I'm gonna actually put in a treasure chest right here. Um, Most of the time, I will say within bathrooms, you're gonna find like medicines in order like the cure frostbite, because the game will also have a stamina system. So if you're just honestly out of stamina, you can actually, there'll be like maybe a scroll or a potion that you can drink that will actually increase your stamina so you can run a little bit longer, or you know, you can do certain things. I know that I've kind of got in my head that I want to do a flight spell, so you know, you'll be able to get like maybe a potion that makes you able to fly. I haven't really decided what our characters like abilities are going to be. But so far I will say I'm happy at how this in particular turned out to be a project that I started just because, you know, I had this idea inside my head. But there's also one more area that I want to show you before I do go, because I don't want this video to run like super long. Um, I designed an underpass, and this is, let me see if I can make it bigger. There we go. But this is the underpass. I'm thrilled at how it turned out so far. For this particular underpass, I have inside my head I like this grand idea of how I want this to go. There's like a confrontation that I want to have inside this underpass, because here, I'll show you. There's actually different floors and everything under this place to get to where I showed you the underpass was. But yeah, this is actually a fortress and everything, so it's actually a pretty big fortress. There's going to be different areas that you can visit. I haven't figured out how I'm going to transition that you're going to be able to walk up here, but I will eventually get around to figuring it out. Or it may just be one of those ideas where it's just there and it has no real purpose. We all have played those RPG games where there's like an area that you see and you really want to visit it, but it just has nothing, like, either the art team or the director or somebody, like, they couldn't figure out how to transition it into the game without it seeming like tacked on and like no real purpose. So if something seems tacked on with no real purpose, I will probably drop it. So you guys will see that, what I'm showing you in these videos will probably be like monumentally different from what the final product is. But like I said, just let me show you this one last thing where this grand confrontation is going to have. Yes, I want to save it. Yeah, I'm going to have to change that music, and I just put in that that title screen because I've got a friend who he's actually helping me with some of the design in this. Well, he's helping me with a lot because my art skills, like, if it was a stick figure game, oh, this thing would be done tomorrow. But there's like a lot of stuff that I want to do. So this is actually one of the underpass dwellers that we came up with. And he's just telling us that, oh, no, is that the girl? Yeah, I think that's one of the, yeah, I think that's a girl. I'm not sure. I can't, like, unless I get, like, my face, like, 2 inches from my computer screen. Yeah, I can't tell if that's a guy or a girl. So, but yeah, he's just going to tell you that that he's secured the exit. Because, like I said, there's a confrontation that it kind of has to happen down here. But let's go over here first before I show you this last area. In my head, these little, like, this little, like, discoloration, it's like little pieces of, like, coal dust and everything. But yeah, we've got this little chickadee up here. I miss in old, like, especially like Nintendo and Super Nintendo, like, RPG games, you had to use your imagination with a lot of stuff. And especially with Atari. Atari was just all, okay, just use your imagination. This square is a monster, this square is a spaceship, figure it out. And I miss that, and I put that into this game where, you have to kind of use your imagination a little bit. But this is actually a cask, as she's going to tell us. Oh, yeah, so she's just saying that her master broke the cask, and there's a second cask that is unsecured that you're going to have to pretty much secure. But so far, I will say, like, it has like a feel like, you're in some spots you're just gonna have to use your imagination. So, or one person will see a certain thing, another person may interpret it in a different way, and that's kind of how I want it to go with this game, is where, 2 people can be playing this at the same time, and they can each have a different take on the events that are happening. But this is where the second cast, where I hope it's going to be. I may end up moving it to like a different area, but there's supposed to be like a person here and everything that's preventing you from opening or breaking this open and getting out the treasure that's inside. There's going to be a really, really awesome treasure. Just trust me on that. Really awesome. But so far, like I said, the waterfalls turned out really well. I kind of had, for this area, I was going to do something like, once you break all the cask and you defeat all the monsters in this area, this kind of like swampy, murky looking, yucky water, I was actually going to do something with it where maybe it would purify. But now now that I'm talking about it out loud with you guys, I kind of have an idea of something that I want to put in the water that's going to like maybe unlock something else. But I just wanted to show you guys that, I'm not, I haven't given up on my YouTube channel. I haven't given up on Twitter. It's just that I've been doing other things. I'm going to be starting a new series. We'll still be doing Final Fantasy. We're going to do 7 and 8. I'm probably going to pick up with 7 probably Friday or Saturday. Most likely it's going to be Friday before I pick that up again. I'm going to probably use this afternoon to kind of clear my head and level up Yuffie, because let's face it, we got our asses handed to us in the last video of Final Fantasy. We'll also be doing Final Fantasy 8 pretty soon. I think I'm just going to do the Final Fantasy 7, just one series for now, and we will most definitely, now that they have actually said officially that there's going to be Final Fantasy 15 on PC, I will buy it, all the DLC packages, because I think I have kind of like a crush on Gladiolus. I don't know why. That's weird to have a crush on him and not the main character. But I just wanted to show you guys what I'm working on and everything. I don't want this video to run especially too long, since it's not an actual gameplay type, video and everything. But I will, from time to time, I will be putting up videos showing you how the game is progressing. I may do a video on like the writing process for those of you who are trying to get into, making your own RPG games, and those of you who are like, you're writers but your art skills aren't good, so how you can collaborate with your friends. If you've got a friend that's really good at art and you're really good at writing storyline, how you guys can kind of put those two things together without wanting to murder each other. But until I see you guys again, stay safe out there. And if anybody's in the path of Hurricane Maria, which they're saying that it's not going to hit the US mainland, but still keep an eye on it and keep yourself safe.